apologize for being a little late. Sometimes things are not in our control. Thank you very much for inviting me to such an important conference, which is talking about transition to green energy and making our country our growth sustainable. So I also thank other panelists who are there on the dais, Mr. Bondara Raghavendra Garu, Chairman and Managing Director, Bondada Engineering Limited, Mr. A.K. Saxena, Senior Director, Electricity and Renewables, TERI. We have Mr. Prasant Tiwari, Chief Sustainability Officer, Amber Raju. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone who presented this. It's a new buzzword that growth or development which we are having should be sustainable. Means our new generation should not blame us, for the future problems. That is basically the meaning of, sustainable development. How do you do the sustainable development is the I think issue for which we are all sitting here. What should we do to make our growth sustainable? We should grow, but we should grow in a manner that we can sustain it for a longer term. I think we are already the fastest growing economy. That's what my understanding is. We are already the fastest growing economy. Our rate of growth is fastest in the world, and we are already fifth largest economy in the world. And I think we are going to move to third largest economy maybe by 2030 or maybe 35 or something like that. Now, presently, if we want to be sustainable, one is, there are many other aspects, this pollution, food, but we'll talk about energy today because we are sitting, I am from energy sector, so we'll talk about energy. The focus is on green energy, everybody is talking about green energy, reduce the carbon footprint. That is what everybody is talking about, and we are also talking about the same thing. That is what we also feel that is the future course of action for us. Telangana is already a leader in the solar energy. In last 10 years, we have done quite reasonably well so far as development of solar power is concerned. But in times to come, the focus is going to be more. We are going to come out with a policy. Our Honorable Chief Minister, our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has spoken about it earlier, that we are going to come out with a renewable energy policy where we will focus on around 20,000 megawatts of energy by renewable energy by 2030 to meet our increasing demand as projected by the Central Electricity Authority. So we are going to concentrate on various technologies of renewable energy. Solar is there, wind is there. Then we are also talking about this pumped storage. We already have pumped storage in our existing hydel projects like Srisailam and Nagarjuna Sagar. But we are also going to go to new kind of PSPs like where there is no existing reservoir, there is no existing river stream, which are absolutely off-stream kind of thing. That is also we are going to talk about in our policy. We are also going to talk about geothermal, which is, though they say the potential is huge, but we don't know as of now. But in Singareni collieries, we have just started 20 some sort of kilowatt of geothermal project. We have just started to understand, where are we, how we can do it, what is the potential kind of this thing. If that is good, I think Telangana is also going to work on that. We are also talking about floating solar. We have already experimented it in Singareni colleges, abundant mines. Even NTPC has also done in the Ramgundam plant. They have a floating solar power plant. We are also talking about green energy. We will talk about green energy also in the green hydrogen in the policy, which is also an opening kind of field. We don't know exactly where we are going to go, but things have started. I think just now the speaker was mentioning about that some green hydrogen pump outlet has come in Ladakh somewhere. I was just hearing. So this is this is something new, something good, and if that is workable, I think hydrogen will open a different kind of energy transition in our country. Once we are able to make it useful, we are able to make it cost effective. Because any energy source will work only when it is cost effective. If it is very costly, if the capital cost is very high, it is not going to work in our country. Even though the cost of operation may be very less, but if the initial cost is heavy, it is going to be difficult. So we have to work towards the transition where the cost is affordable, people like it, people feel comfortable with it, then only they will. So these are the things, as of now, we are thinking of in Telangana. And I think very soon we are going to launch the policy. Before that, we will also planning to have a stakeholders consultation. We will take inputs from all the industry leaders as to what kind of policies will be there to make it viable, to make it workable. So these are the things we are planning in Telangana, and there are a lot of other things in the policy which I cannot speak as of now because that is in the dark stage. Various kinds of incentives and procedural simplifications and all these things will be there. But apart from that, I'm saying the focus where we are going to work on this in this from today onwards, how we are going to work on, that's what I have just spoken. There are some things which are already there in prevalence. This e-vehicle is already there in the country, which is, I think, the new generation is buying EV like anything. In fact, our government has just come out with a policy where we have exempted the registration tax, from the EV vehicles. It was earlier 10,000 vehicles, which was over. Then our government took a decision that there will not be any taxation on. If you buy an e-vehicle, there will not be any road tax, or sort of a registration tax or RTA tax, whatever you call it. Will not be there. It is unlimited now. So to promote that, we have done that. We are also talking about, as of now, I think our EV charging stations are not, I think, sufficient, not up to the mark. We have very less number of EV charging stations, maybe less than 1,000. So I think that is also going to be our focus, to increase the number of EV stations in our city or in our state. So we are working on how we can, make it more and more viable. Even the government land, wherever it is available, how we can give it to the prospective investor at a sort of fixed kind of rate. So we are working on that in the policy, and I think very soon you will come to know. And we will also go in a path of this green energy, which will make our growth very, very sustainable. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.